Hello and welcome to another video. I'm Northern Soul Reaper, and today, well, it's nearly the end of the month and I've picked up some new manga and light novel titles. So what I thought I would do today, as tradition dictates, is a haul video. This is going to be a haul with my pickups from February and March, and this is actually the first couple of months where I've actually picked up any new titles at all. I've picked up some things that get me caught up with series I was already collecting, and I've picked up some new things as well. I'd like to go into detail in a future video about my lull in collecting and reading manga and light novels, but I thought today I would just do a good old-fashioned haul video. Before we get into that, this is going to be the first video on my channel with my new profile picture and banner and artwork. This is an anime style avatar of myself with Tokyo Ghoul and Bleach inspiration. I commissioned this from an artist who I met previously I knew him from when I used to do archery at university, and I was able to get them to create this fantastic profile picture. It's going to be on screen here, and yeah, they have their commissions open. I'm going to leave a link to their Instagram in the description of the video. Feel free to check them out. They do a lot of Dungeons and Dragons character commissions, so if you have a D&D game or an RPG game and you want your character to have that extra bit of flair, get in touch and show them some love, give them a follow and check out their artwork on Instagram. It's absolutely phenomenal and I'm thrilled with the piece that they were able to do for me. And now with that out of the way, let's get right on with the haul. Alright, so let's take a look at the manga that I picked up first. The haul is actually skewed a little bit more towards light novels. I picked up a couple more of those than I did manga, but nevertheless, let's take a look at the first title, which is The Quintessential Quintuplets Volume 10 by Negi Haruba and published by Gigante. Volume 11 of The Quintessential Quintuplets and volume 12 of The Quintessential Quintuplets. So this gets me caught up. Volume 13 is on the way. It's recently been released, and volume 14 is yet to be released, but once that comes out, that is the complete series 1 to 14. And yeah, this is just a phenomenal series. If you don't know what The Quintessential Quintuplets is about, it's about a young man named Futaro who is a high school student, and he is hired to tutor a bunch of young ladies who happen to be quintuplets, and it's all framed within the narrative device that he is going to marry one of them someday, and we don't know who that is, but it's like just a really fun harem romantic comedy series. Definitely light on the harem stuff if that puts you off, but I have a review on my channel if you want to check it out and see a little bit more about what it's about. But yeah, this is The Quintessential Quintuplets. I'm really excited to get volume 13 and then 14, and I'm absolutely gutted that it's ending. I could just spend forever with these characters. I would like it to go on forever, but obviously that can't happen. No series goes on forever, but well, unless it's One Piece. But yeah, that is The Quintessential Quintuplets 10, 11 and 12. So next up, I picked up volume 2 of Gigante, which is by Hiroya Oku and put out by Seven Seas. They're the ones that published this, and I'm still a bit undecided on whether I'm going to keep collecting this. I bought volume 1 quite a long time ago, and I just thought I'd pick up volume 2 to see if I still want to keep going with it. I did like volume 1, I really liked it. I just wanted to see if volume 2 carries on the momentum of volume 1. It's about a young man who is quite obsessed with an adult film star. This is the adult film star here, Popiko. And one day he actually meets her, but it's a Hiroya Oku tale, so it isn't just as straightforward as that. There's a lot of sci-fi and weird time travel and otherworldly elements, and volume 1 is absolutely packed with so much, yet it's such a quick read and it absolutely draws you in. So I am really looking forward to seeing how it carries on in volume 2. I believe volume 3 and 4 and possibly 5 are out as well, so depending on whether I enjoyed this volume, I'll be probably picking up more if I do. So that is Gigante volume 2. There's also a review up on the channel if you want to check out my thoughts on volume 1. So the final manga title that I picked up this month is The Way of the House Husband by Kosuke Ono, and it's put out by Viz under their Viz Sig range. This is just an absolutely fantastic series. It's my favourite comedy manga. It tells the story of a man who is ex-Yakuza, and he has now gone on the straight and narrow to become the best house husband that he can, and the comedy of the series comes from all of the situations that he finds himself in and the way that he approaches it as if he was still in the mafia. Even when he meets ex-gang members or rival gang members, the way that he turns things on its head, the situations, and manages to resolve them in a house husbandly way. It's just all really funny. It's got that fish out of water comedy. And yeah, it's just so funny. Seeing a hardened Yakuza member kind of going to yoga or playing squash or badminton with his friends is just all really funny, especially when he talks about things as if he's, he talks about getting stains out of his clothes as if he is removing blood from a crime scene, and it's just things like that really make this manga shine. Yeah, check out The Way of the House Husband if you want a really funny manga. It's very easy to read. They're all kind of little vignettes. Each chapter is like a short story, so it doesn't take very long to read these at all. I absolutely fly through these when I sit down to read them. It's one of the faster manga titles that I read through. So that is it for the manga. Now we are on to the light novels. So the first one that I picked up is Wandering Witch, The Journey of Elena, Volume 2. Now, I have Volume 1 sat on my shelf and I have not read it yet. But I saw this going for, I think I got this for like £3, and I just couldn't ignore the price, so I decided to pick it up, and I'll put it on my shelf and I'm sure I'll get onto it eventually. This is written by Yogi Shirashi and with artwork by Azure, and it's published, of course, by Yen Press under their Yen On brand. I've heard good things about this, and I know that there's an anime running as well at the minute, so it might be worth checking out as well. I don't really know too much about the story, but I am looking forward eventually to getting around to reading it. I know that there's a couple more volumes out after this, so once I've read through all the other light novels that I've got, the ever-grown pile, then I might give this one a go as well. Next up is bottom tier character Tomozaki, Level 1 or Volume 1, again published by Yen Press under the Yen On label, and written by Yuki Yaku with illustration by Fly. This is one that I've read digitally. I actually own this digitally, and I just wanted to support this series. I really enjoyed Volume 1, so I wanted to pick up a physical copy. I'm still undecided on whether I'm going to continue picking these up physically or whether I'll just buy them on Kindle and read them there. Bottom tier character Tomozaki tells the story of a young man who he doesn't really have much going for him. His social life is non-existent, and he doesn't really have any friends. He doesn't groom himself or keep very good care of himself. All he really has going for him is that he is absolutely amazing at one particular video game, which is a little bit like a Super Smash Brothers game in this world. And one day when playing online, he meets a player who is almost as good as he is, and it turns out to be a girl in his class who is actually this player, and she agrees to help him sort his social life out if he will help her with the game, and kind of like an unlikely friendship and partnership is born. It's a little bit like a self-help manual as well, in like a jokey way, and it's a really fun read. I'm probably going to do a review on that on the channel at some point as well. So next up, I picked up The Boredom of Haruhi Suzumiya and The Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya. Fun little story about this series. Back in 2009 or 2010, I picked up volume 1 and 2 of this series, and I had no idea what light novels were. I just picked up a copy of Neo, which is a magazine in the UK which deals with anime and Japanese culture, and I read a review of the anime for this series and watched a couple of episodes of that. And yeah, I just wanted to get a bit more into it. I don't believe the manga was out, or if it was out in English, it was running kind of around the same time as the anime. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I discovered that it was actually based on a novel series, and I picked up volume 1 and 2, not really knowing what it was, but I really enjoyed them, and I don't really remember why I didn't pick up any more, but that was actually published at the time by Little Brown Books, which is the imprint that owns, that puts out Yen Press and Yen On. And I actually have the original block colour covers that they put out with those. Now, these covers are, I think they're actually the Japanese covers that the original series when it ran came with, so it's a little more true to it, but I do kind of miss those original covers as well. But these are the covers that we're getting. So it's put out by Yen Press, and it's getting released at quite a quick pace because there's a new novel finally been published in the series, and Yen Press are trying to get them all out so people can have them on their shelf ready for the new one as well. So that is the Boredom and the Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya by Nagaru Tanigawa. Really looking forward to giving these a read. I think I'm going to reread the whole series from volume 1 and then obviously get caught up. So there's a couple more volumes to come after these. I think they might already be out at the time of recording, so I'll have to pick those up as well. But that's a really good one to have on the shelf as well. I really enjoyed the anime of this, and I really enjoyed the first couple of light novels that I read, so looking forward to giving it another look. So the next one that I picked up is one that I heard a lot about when it came out, but I just never got around to picking it up, and that is Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. Now, this is I don't really know much about this series at all, but I know that a lot of people have said that it has kind of similar vibes to the Monogatari series, which, as a side note, is another series that I really want to pick up. Amazon keeps doing the series 1 and 2 box sets, but they're always out of stock and really expensive through resellers, so I'm waiting for those to come back in stock, hopefully, and I'll be able to pick those up, because Monogatari is the one that I've always wanted to read, but I've just never been able to pick up either the individual light novels or the complete box sets, because they've always been out of stock. So Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai, I've heard, has similar vibes to that, and yeah, I don't really know anything about this series. I just know that it made a few waves when it came out. It's by Hajime Kamoshida with illustrations by Keiji Mizoguchi, and it's again published by Yen Press. I believe there's an anime of this as well. And also I think there's 4 volumes of this out altogether, so depending on how I enjoy this, I'll probably end up picking up the rest as well. So that is Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. The next thing that I picked up is a one that I've wanted to pick up for quite some time. I just never got round to it, but that is Overlord Volume 2. Now, I absolutely adored Volume 1 at the time when I picked it up and read it. The reason why I haven't picked up any more is because I was reading another isekai series called So I'm a Spider, So What, and that totally took over my reading of the genre, and I just never got back to Overlord. But I really want these on my shelf because they are absolutely beautiful hardcovers, and each volume has some gorgeous artwork, and they're just fantastic, and the story as well is just superb. The first volume is absolutely fantastic. I cannot wait to get more into this. I don't know how many volumes are out, but I know that there's a lot, so I'm probably going to try and pick up one every month or every couple of months, because they are a bit more on the expensive side because they are hardcovers. This is by Kugane Maruyama, and again published by Yen Press. Yen Press are absolutely killing it with light novels. They just keep putting out hit after hit, just great series. They've got such an awesome catalogue. And the final 2 titles that I picked up, I had to do it. I had to get caught up with So I'm a Spider, So What by Okina Baba with artwork by Tsukasa Kiryu. I picked up volume 10 and volume 11, which brings me completely up to date with the current releases. Volume 11 literally just came through my door right before I recorded this, so lucky to get it in there. This series is just amazing. It's easily my favourite isekai series. I don't have an awful lot of experience with the reading of isekai, but I have tried a few different anime. Now, I didn't really like the Reincarnated as a Slime anime series, which kind of put me off buying the light novels to try as well, but I do love this one, and another one that I really enjoy is Konosuba, which I really want to get back to as well. But for me, So I'm a Spider, So What is just, it's so good. It's just so much more than your normal isekai with video game tropes. And if you don't know what it's about a young girl who is reincarnated as a spider monster in a dungeon, and she has to eat and fight her way out, and eventually she gets out into the wide world and goes on massive adventures. And yeah, there's just so many characters at this point. I'm currently reading volume 9 of this series, and I know that there's been a lot of interest in my review series for the channel where I reviewed the volumes. I got up to volume 6 and then I took a bit of a break from making videos, but if you do come to the channel hoping to see those, I have recorded the volume 7 review, and I have plans to review volume 8 as well. So keep an eye out on the channel, because I am going to continue with that series and review all of these books. So I have you covered if that's what you're looking for on the channel as well. So that is So I'm a Spider, So What volume 10. And So I'm a Spider, So What volume 11. Now this seems to have some characters on the cover that we have not heard from in quite some time, and as of me reading volume 9 we still haven't heard from. So interestingly, it seems like we're gonna get some new perspectives in the book, but I'm really looking forward to checking these out. I absolutely adore this series. And that's pretty much it for today's haul. And there you have it, another month, another haul video. I really hope you enjoyed seeing what I've picked up over the past couple of months. Let me know in the comments below what you guys have picked up this month. As always, if you liked this video, please remember to leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. It really helps out. At the time of recording, we are ever closer to 450 subscribers, and that's absolutely amazing. 500 doesn't feel like that insurmountable number anymore. You can also find me on social media. I'll put the tags in this video, so please feel free to follow me there as well. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Northern Soul Reaper, and until next time, goodbye.